Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Kingoms Queens podcast. We are just coming off of NFL draft weekend, which was so much fun. There was a lot of crazy kind of stuff that happened in that first round of the NFL draft, and then kind of fizzled out as the draft went on, but it's always a lot of fun. I think the NFL draft averaged like 12 million viewers all weekend long. And Detroit showed up, and it was hosted in Detroit, and they broke the record of any NFL draft ever with like 770,000 people or something crazy all weekend. So hats off to Detroit, man. But we are excited to be with you guys tonight, and we will have a special guest joining us. But I'm your host, Lexi.
And I'm Jodi, and I always start glitching when we go live.
As soon as we start.
I don't get it.
Your voice sounds fine, but your video glitches.
We were just fine for like 10 minutes before we started, right? Like, tell the people we were just
Clearly
fine.
You were fine. Yeah.
It'll come back to.
We'll be fine in a minute. It's just gotta.
I'll be fine in a minute. Blame the weather. We're gonna blame the weather because
honestly,
it's getting ready to storm.
A whole thunderstorm just rolled into Kansas City, so.
Yes, crazy.
Yeah,
crazy times.
That's fine with me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we do have a fun agenda today, and we have a fun guest, so can't really wait to get into that. And we can go ahead and bring her on stage.
We're going to add Miss Kristen Holloway. She is from Fox 4, Kansas
City.
Hello.
Joining us for our little draft recap spectacular tonight. So,
thank you guys for having me. This is so exciting.
I know we've been trying to get you on the show since like the off season was crazy, right?
Since last season when I first met you guys, I just thought your podcast was so cool, and this is my first time ever being on a podcast, so this is amazing.
Oh,
what?
So
yeah,
I love it. See, Lexi, you know what happens now? Everybody's gonna be hitting her up like, "Can you come hop on our podcast?"
Yeah, just be ready.
Hop on our podcast.
You guys are first.
Yes, I love that for us. So, I mean, before we really get into like the details of the draft, as y'all know, Kansas City, this is our favorite anchor from Fox 4, Kansas City. And a lot of people are still like learning who you are. I literally asked you like 15 questions right before this started. So if you could, before
back into that.
I know. I'm like, let's kind of just, we're going to re-ask the same questions. Tell us about you, where you're from, how you're doing, how you got to Kansas City, all that good stuff.
Good. Okay. So Kristen Holloway here. I'm from Atlanta, born and raised. Literally, I know people say that and they grew up an hour outside of the city. I was literally born in downtown Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
Grew up in Decatur, which is just a metro part of Atlanta. And it's brought me all over. I went to undergrad at Florida A&M University, better known as FAMU. Black College and University.
Yes.
And I studied broadcast journalism, and I got my first job in news as a multimedia journalist in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Oh, wow.
Small city, Market 122. That took me to Knoxville, Tennessee, and then that took me to Memphis, Tennessee. And then I ended up back home in Atlanta, which was great. Full circle moment to be a reporter and fill an anchor in Atlanta. I did not like my job there.
Oh, wow.
I love being home with family, but it was a tough job.
Wow.
So when this opened up, this opportunity came to be in Kansas City to anchor full time is something I've always wanted. I was thrilled, super excited to get here, and I've just been loving it, y'all. Like this was the best transition career move ever. Like it's been amazing. I felt like as soon as I got here, it's like home. And then to be here for 2 Super Bowl rings, like
yeah, all you know is winning at this point.
I literally only know a winning team, and I feel like some people envy that because you guys have had it rough, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we did.
And I'm like, I don't know that Chiefs team you guys are talking about. I only know winners.
Yeah, no, we had it rough. We were sitting out at Arrowhead when they only had 2-win seasons. And the weather that is still the same. So you understand the weather.
Right.
So it was a tough time, I would say. I'm sure Lexi agrees on that.
No, and we love the weather games. We love Arrowhead. We love all of that. But like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows before
No.
2018, 2019. So
yeah. Thank God for that
Obviously,
draft where we went and got Patrick.
yeah.
Right?
And that's what's so fun about this last weekend is I feel like we got to see so much fun coverage of Patrick in this draft, which we'll get into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still want to hear more about your story too, but
Yes.
it's been a fun ride here in Kansas City. You came at the right time. So.
Absolutely.
I came at the best time. I got here fall of 2022, and it's been a whirlwind. It's gone by so fast. It'll be 2 years this October.
Wow.
I came in right when they were building the new airport terminal. The Chiefs won both Super Bowls. The NFL draft, I got to cover that. That was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
That was here. It was like all these big things happening in Kansas City, and I got to experience it all. And I met my fiance here, so I was like, "This is hard."
Wait! You met your fiance here?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Been 2 years. Okay, wait.
Listen,
I'm a man to be listening.
Wait.
Stanley said, "Uncommon favor, baby."
Yes, that's amazing. I love that. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Wait, so how did you meet him?
So we met through his childhood friend. Her and her husband grew up with my fiance in Little Rock, Arkansas. He's from Little Rock.
Okay.
And she saw on her news feed, on Instagram and Twitter, you can go to like your news feed. She saw that I posted I was moving to Kansas City for an anchor position. And I've never met her. I don't know her. We are in the same sorority though, and she's friends with one of my sorority sisters.
Okay.
She saw the picture, she screenshotted and sent it to him and was like, "She's moving to Kansas City. Don't mess it up. I know you've been looking for a wife." And that was it. And he followed me on Instagram. I followed him back. And 3 months later, we were going on our first date.
No way.
I love this story. Oh my God.
So by way of a childhood friend, by way of Instagram.
Yes. So at least that way, like if the childhood friend is like, all right, I approve of this person, and that you can not necessarily let your guard down, but you don't have to be like, okay, is this dude a weirdo? You didn't meet him on a dating app or anything like that. So
Yes.
Yeah.
And we were able to communicate and talk before our first date. And our first date was 4 hours. So I knew there was something there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't talk to anyone that long. So
no.
This is something, yeah.
You're like, if we can carry on this conversation for hours and hours, like.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. So when is the wedding?
October 19th of this year.
Is it in Kansas City?
It's going to be in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm having it back. Well, we shot our engagement pictures here in Kansas City because
you did. They were beautiful.
We got engaged in Atlanta, and the wedding is in Atlanta. We wanted Kansas City to be a part of it since we met here, so we shot them all over Kansas City.
Who was your photographer?
Yes.
He is our wedding photographer. He's an Atlanta-based photographer.
Oh, okay. I used to do some wedding photography out here, so
you did.
I don't as much anymore, but yeah, I did it for a few years. So
nice.
She's like, I don't want to do it anymore.
It's a lot.
Exhausting. Yeah, it is.
Intense.
It's intense.
It's fun, but like it's exhausting.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's rewarding, but yeah.
I love that. Well, what else do you have for us before we start talking Chiefs? Because you know me, I love the love stories and it's my thing. No.
Yeah.
We're really excited. I mean, I can tell you guys kind of what we're doing now. We're sending out our save the dates, and we're waiting on that to come in so we can send those out. And just in the middle of planning my bachelorette party, my friends won't tell me anything, and it's kind of hard to release control because I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah. So they have no idea what you're doing?
Well, I know that we're going to Cancun, and that's it.
Ooh,
fun.
Look, me and Lexi are down if you need 2 more.
Okay.
Let your makeup hunter know that.
Right.
One of my best friends is getting married in Tulum in August.
Fun.
I'm excited.
And actually, one of my friends is getting married in Cancun in January. So I love that.
That's going to be fun. So interesting fact, I have 3 weddings this year. My own, I'm a bridesmaid in my friend's wedding, which is a month before mine, and another wedding 4th of July weekend. So it's a jam-packed year.
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. And Lexi, could you imagine if we were engaged at the same exact time? Like if we were, like if our weddings.
You guys could help each other out with stuff.
Yeah, I guess we would have to help each other because I feel like that would stress me out. Like I'm planning my own wedding and you want me to be a bridesmaid or a maid of honor in your wedding? Like, no, I can't do that.
I don't have the time or the money.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm broke. I'm poor. I can't do this right now. I'm spending all of this money on my own freaking wedding. Oh my God. Well, I love this. Thank you so much for opening
Jodi married first.
Yeah.
I would love to get married first. I would love to get married.
You're on track. I'm not on track. So
I'm on track. I don't know if I'm on track either.
Outside of that, like work is going well. Fox 4 is a lot of fun. You've been on our 9 a.m. show, which is one of the shows I anchor. We have so much fun, especially on Red Fridays when the Chiefs are in season. And that's been such a joy to just like laugh and learn about the Chiefs and their history. So it's been fun.
I just want to say that the very first show Kingoms Queens did, we were so nervous.
Really?
Because we were like, so of course Carrington is like, hey y'all, what's up? Right?
Oh,
and I've known Carrington like my whole life, it feels like. And we're like, okay, so like, what questions are they gonna ask us? How long is it? He's like, oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. And walks out the room. And so we
had no idea what like
we had no idea.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, y'all did great. Y'all were like experts. I was like, we need to have them back.
Well, we definitely were going off of the fly because Carrington Harrison did not prep us at all. So,
well, I'm glad that y'all have me now. I can tell y'all what we going.
Right. Yeah, we need you.
And we love him. And then coming back the second time, we just felt like we're like, all right, we got this. Like we know what we're doing. We kind of know where the camera is to look at. Like we kind of have a better flow and a better idea. So it was a ton of fun. And thank you to the whole Fox 4 family again for having us twice. And yeah, we can't wait to come back. Y'all just let us know. We'll come back whenever.
Yeah, we'll try to see if we can set something up in May or June. So
that sounds good.
Okay.
Well, I love that. So thank you again so much for just opening up to the viewers, letting them know a little bit about yourself. There's technically like 300-ish people listening so far. So yeah. So we love that, but
as we go, but
it does. But we got some Chiefs updates here, and I can't do like any alarm noises. So go ahead, Lexi.
Well, our biggest update, which is why I'm wearing this T-shirt today, number 87. Oh
my God, I didn't even put that together.
Number 87.
Headband.
Me, I just have Winter Circle on today. That's it.
That works too.
I'm representing everybody. Sorry.
Yeah, but so Travis Kelce, he signed his. Well, okay, so there's very conflicting reporting coming out after Travis Kelce signed his quote unquote extension, which isn't really an extension; it's more of a raise.
Correct.
In technical terms, but in NFL terms, they like to make things really complicated and call it an extension. And there's like this like 2 years that's like tacked on to it at the end where everyone's like, oh, he's here till 2027, which would make him like 39 years old, right? Or some whatever. So,
I mean, how old was Tom Brady when he stopped playing football?
Well, Tom was 45, 44. Right. But the thing is with Tom Brady, he's a quarterback, so you're not taking the same hit
that's true.
Travis Kelce's taking. Travis Kelce is taking a beating every single hit. Yeah. And especially this last season where we had no help.
Yeah.
Aside from Rashee Rice on the occasion.
Yeah. So this last season was rough for him. So
it wasn't. So Travis was like taking the brunt of everything this past season, and we still won the Super Bowl, which is incredible. Yeah. But I think I am so happy that he is finally the highest paid tight end in the league.
Overdue.
Like, you guys, Darren Waller was the highest paid tight end on the Giants. He did nothing. Nothing.
He did absolutely nothing. He got a divorce. That's what he got.
Yeah. We didn't even see it. So Travis Kelce to be the highest paid tight end finally.
Yeah.
Just phenomenal. He deserves it. He's deserved it for a few years now. I'm so happy the Hunt family's taking care of him. Yeah. I have to imagine that his girlfriend, Ms. Taylor Swift, brought in some money for the franchise this past season. And how would you?
He's overdue. You mean the NFL? She brought
The
money in
NFL
for the
as a whole,
NFL
but, like,
this season,
especially
not just the Chiefs. Yeah.
Like, you know what's funny is, like, I've looked at, like, our followers on, like, TikTok and Instagram and Twitter versus, like, any other NFL page, and it's like 1 million followers over. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's like
Travis gained like 1 million followers. Oh no, she dropped. Probably it's bad weather. We're gonna say it's technical issue. She'll be back. But no, yeah, she brought on a ton of just followers to the NFL, Chiefs especially, but yes, the NFL. I mean, Travis Kelce's jersey dollars went up exponentially when they found out that they were dating. I mean, the New Heights had sold out immediately. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But Travis Kelce is more than due. Yes, he is now the highest paid. He will now be getting paid $17.1 million a year for the next 2 years, which I believe puts him around 38 million. So 38, he definitely deserves it. He's done more than enough. Very proud. So I get the question.
More than enough. He's been the best tight end in the league and deserves.
The question is, though, here's the real question, because it was a very high. So, right, Travis, hey, we want to thank you for all of the things that you've done and all of your hard work and all of this. And we know what you've been bringing to this team forever and a day. And we appreciate you and we love you. We want to give you an extension. He could have gotten an extension, right? Like, they could have said, let's rework your contract, give you 4 years, blah, blah, blah. Gave him a little bit more money, had it out in year 4. You know how Brett Veach does his contracts.
Yeah.
But they didn't. All they did was the 2-year deal. So does that make you think that there's a high possibility that he may retire after these next 2 years?
Yeah.
Because he could have gotten an extension.
I'm honestly thinking it might be these 2 years. Maybe, like, he assesses how he feels. And if he feels well enough, sure, he can. I mean, obviously.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened.
No,
I blamed it on the weather. Don't worry. It's thundering very loud over here by me. So I don't know what the weather is doing by y'all.
The internet had a glitch and I was like, what?
Oh, welcome to my life. Literally, my life, every show.
We deal with stuff all the time. It's
the question that I just asked. So we talked about Travis Kelce getting a 2-year raise, right? Mm-hmm. Brett Veach and Andy Reid would have given him an extension if he wanted it. Brett Veach would have cooked up a 4-year, more money out year 3 option for Travis Kelce if they wanted to. But he chose to stick with this 2-year deal. So 2 years, $17.1 million, getting paid around $38 million now for the next 2 years. And Lexi was answering this, but do you think this means it's retirement after these 2 years for Travis Kelce? Because he'll be how old, Lexi? 39 after 2 years?
No. He was extended 4 years. So after
I don't know how old he is.
36 or 37. I think
he'll be 38 or 39 by the time these next
30
years.
No, he turns 35 in October.
So he'll be 37-ish.
37
by the time these next 2 years are over. So both of y'all answer. Do you think that means that Travis is going to retire after? He's going to see how he feels in the next 2 years? And I always like to say, could he take on like a Jason Witten type of role? Jason Witten for the Cowboys played with them forever. That's probably the person I should have said earlier. Play with them forever, and he only came in on 3rd down, and he's always the distractor on the field, no matter how old Jason Witten was. Is that what we might get from Travis Kelce? Like, what are y'all thoughts?
That's a good point. I know he really loves football, right? Him and his brother really love the game. I think it will be difficult for him to step away, especially with his brother retiring. But on the same note, I don't know how much you guys buy into his relationship, but I do think he wants to have a family. Jason has his family and his girls, and he loves his nieces. So I think he wants that for himself. And so I do think like he's thinking about that. Like, what does my future look like? And, as a professional athlete, there's so many of them that have families and they're just fine, right? Like, they do it all the time.
Oh
But
yeah.
I've always said, like, I felt like Travis will get married when he retires, or
Yeah.
and I feel like that could be on the radar for him. I could see 2 years just when you look at the Travis Kelce, like, a couple years ago compared to now, he is slowing down a little bit. He's still
Yeah.
very efficient
Yeah.
on the football field. It should be the highest paid. I could definitely see retirement in 2 years.
Part of me wonders, and I think all of us Chiefs fans will wonder this about the past season, is if we had a playmaker down the stretch like a Hollywood Brown, someone like that could just take the pressure off of Travis Kelce, because I just feel like we didn't have that this past season. We had it a little bit in Rashee Rice towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
And that kind of freed Kelce up, which I feel like that's why in the playoffs he was able to be so successful.
Yep.
But no one else really scared defenses. And I feel like this season you're going to have – now there's been rumors, and I think they said it on draft night, where like Rashee Rice, he might not even be suspended this season. They don't know yet.
I think it won't happen until 2025. I think they're going to get as much evidence, and I think Roger Goodell is going to take his precious time with figuring out what route they want to go for him, and he may play the whole season, or he might get suspended right before
like mid-season or something.
Yeah, right before.
I can totally see like our hardest stretch. They'll be like, psych. But we'll see what happens with that. But I think if we have, let's just pretend he's not getting suspended this season. If you have Rashee Rice, Travis Kelce, who do their things in the middle, and then you have Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy. Now, God willing, Xavier Worthy can learn the offense in time and kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
Midway through the season, kind of like Rashee Rice did. Those two guys can really stretch the field, and then you have that frees up Travis and Rashee.
So but I mean, Noah Gray, Justin Watson, like them too.
They can also do. Yeah, you're right. They can do the same thing. And so, but that's where I get at with last season. It was like they weren't enough. Where I feel like they can play those roles this season, where you might get Justin Watson on like a really random deep ball where it takes the pressure off of everyone.
I mean, that was what he was. That was their specialty last year. Noah Gray and Justin Watson. They only played they only had like 2 or 3 catches a game, but they would have 2 catches for 55 yards. And it's like, oh,
well, it would be because they were double teaming Travis. So
exactly. Right. And now when you have all of those guys to be the distraction, and I know we're getting ready to transition to the draft. Do you have anything else to say about Travis Kelce and his amazing, wonderful things that we love so much about him? Because if not, we could go ahead and just tap into the draft recap.
Well, I do want to say I am happy that he's getting his big payday, well deserved, because for somebody that has that many Super Bowl wins, there's no reason anybody else should be getting paid more.
There's no question. There's no question. And I think that's my biggest thought is like, what would have happened? Because I know everyone likes to say he took a step back last season, which I can see, but I wonder if he would have had those other offensive players, if he would have even taken a step back last season.
So
I'm really excited to see him this next season. Veach said the day they signed his contract extension, like on Monday, I guess yesterday, it feels like forever ago. Yesterday they signed his extension, and he said Veach said Travis was like the first one out on the field again with everyone like ready to play. And
money's a motivator.
So
money is definitely a motivator. Yeah. And I mean, he only missed 1,000-yard season last year, about 16 yards. And he's not really pressed about it, because winning 3 Super Bowls, you're a Hall of Famer. You're a Hall of Famer. Your career is already set up to get a gold jacket. Anything extra at this point is just like extra gravy. It's just more butter to the roll at this point, because he's already a Hall of Famer. So,
and he's truly a team player and buys into the unselfishness and that they can win a 3-peat. And I like the mindset that he has. Like, he's not like, oh, the ball has to come to me. Like, let's try to get the win is, his mindset. And I love that about Travis.
Well, and I mean, technically he ain't going to always get the ball, because he usually has 2 or 3 people on him.
Exactly.
That's true. He did miss 2 games. If he played game 1 against the Lions, he probably would have had those 16.
He would have been over 1,000. So, and if he would have played the last game of the season,
the Chargers game, no one played. So
I forgot he was hurt the first game.
Yeah. Oh God, I don't even want to go back and
That
live
was a
that
weird
life.
first
I
game.
don't want to look at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
I was just like, at this point, it's only up from here. No Travis Kelce and no Chris Jones. Like,
Right.
there's nothing else bad.
After that first game, I was like, all right, let's pay Chris Jones.
Yeah.
We were at Arrowhead, and I was like, we're gonna win this game still. Like, we have Patrick Mahomes, and it's.
By the way, I didn't mention this in the beginning. I went to 2 games this season, and I can't even describe the feeling it was to be in Arrowhead. Like, I went to the Eagles game, which I know we lost, but just to be at the Super Bowl rematch was like insane.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I was at the Bears game when they won. That was the blowout.
Oh yeah.
The Bears game was fun. Oh yeah.
Fun.
We gotta. I just posted on my Twitter right before we got on here. Our opponents, our home game opponents for this season, because the schedule will release in probably like 2 weeks. Honestly, probably like next week.
I think they
honestly.
said May.
Probably next week. It's usually right around my birthday.
Okay.
Anyway, I asked the world.
Yeah, May 9th.
What were their thoughts on like who they think will play for the home opener this year? Because our home schedule is really good this season. It's like really, really good. So I'm excited to see like when the schedule really May 8th. Is that the date? That's my birthday.
Oh my God.
May
Is that
9th,
what the
because
schedule?
it's a Thursday.
Oh yeah, it's probably a Thursday, so May 9th.
Usually.
Yeah. Dang. That was exciting. And I was like,
Next year.
dang. After I thought about it, I'm like, you're right, Lexi. Dang, you're right.
I know,
But,
sorry.
but no, we have and I know we're getting ready to talk about draft picks, but like our home games this year, besides the Broncos and the Chargers and the Raiders, because they don't matter, we have the Ravens, the Bengals, the Texans, the Saints, and the Bucks. So we have a really good home game schedule this year, and that doesn't even include playoff games. So I can't wait to see.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
So who
I
do
can't
you
wait.
play first out of those?
Yeah, so that was the question that I asked the world, and I know we'll probably get into it. Like, well, no, maybe the conversation does happen now if the schedule comes out next week. I think our home opener is going to be the Bucks.
I think it's the Bucks or the Saints, because I think like last year, the Lions, which is like a random NFC team, I feel like they're gonna make us wait to play the Texans, make us wait to play the Bengals, make us wait to play the Ravens. Like, I just see it.
All of that's gonna all be November, December games.
Now Bengals they might do sooner because
they're not nearly as good as the Texans, the Ravens, the Tech. Yeah.
But isn't Joe Burrow back though? Won't he be back?
He's healthy. He's back.
Okay, so
they're down. They got a lot of holes over there, but he's back. Yeah. No, not as many receivers as he used to have, but and tight ends. But yeah, they're back. So, and I mean, I would love if they gave us banner night against the Bengals. Like, yes.
Oh my gosh!
Come look at all of our banners.
That would be hilarious, especially after all the Arrowhead jokes that they had.
Yeah,
we're due for you to come look at our beautiful banners and watch us drop another one. And then they bring all the trophies out to the field. Like, let them come witness all of that. That would be fun with me.
If the Bengals or the Raiders have to experience game 1 with us, they're gonna be miserable.
I laughed earlier at a tweet. Someone said, well, apparently there were only 2 Super Bowls, only 2 teams that won the Super Bowl last year, the Chiefs in Vegas, and then the Raiders the Raiders when we came there for Christmas. And it's a funny joke because that we say that was the Raiders Super Bowl beating us because they're a terrible team. So and everybody wants to beat us. So anyway, let's get into the draft. So man, I am going to, if you had to say right now, what is your draft grade? What would you say? How do you think we did with our 7 picks?
I'll let you go first, Kristen, if you want.
Honestly, I didn't see all of the draft, so only know a few, but I was very impressed by Xavier Worthy. I do have a question for y'all because y'all are the experts, but I mean, I've watched a lot of video, researched on him, and I was like, okay, very fast. This is very exciting. And Beyonce was like, is giving a little mini Tyreek Hill. Maybe he's even better.
A little bit.
And just imagine the plays that they're about to, the trick plays, because Andy Reid always comes with something way left field. So I mean, I got really excited about that. And then my question for y'all, can he catch though? You know, because
He can.
that was an issue last year for us. We had some fast runners, but the catching was
out of all of the receivers that were drafted this season. Well, out of all of the receivers that were drafted, he has the lowest drop radius.
Okay.
From what I've seen. So I think his percentage was only like 4.5% drops.
Okay.
But then who's the guy everybody wanted, Lexi?
Marvin Harrison Jr.?
No.
Roma Dunze?
No.
Malik Neighbors?
No. Dang. The other one, Travis? No.
Oh, Brian Thomas Jr.?
Who?
What?
Who?
Brian Thomas Jr.?
No. I promise. Okay, I'm going to retweet it from the Kingoms Queens account. Anyway, the guy that everybody...
J.D. Mitchell?
No. His drop radius was higher, though. I feel like his name started with a T. I can't remember. Anyway, everybody wanted him, and I think he had like a 7%. No, not Keon Coleman either. He had like a 7% drop radius just for last season alone. And I was like, oh my goodness gracious. So while everybody loves him, Troy Vincent. No, Troy. What's his name?
Franklin.
Not Adonai Mitchell. No. Starts with a T.
Troy Franklin.
Franklin, him. He has the highest drop radius of last season. Troy Franklin, yes, that's him. It was like a 7% drop radius for last season. So I was just like, oh, interesting. But let's get into it. Xavier Worthy, he was so in round 1, we moved up from 38 to 20, from 32 to 28. God bless.
We are.
And shocking because we moved up with the Bills.
Our favorite trade partner.
I noticed that the Bills keep shooting themselves in the foot, and we keep winning because it's the Patrick Mahomes effect, and now we get Xavier Worthy. I'm like, what is wrong with the Bills? Not that we don't appreciate it.
I think they're realizing that they are kind of in like a rebuild, and they're like, you know what? And so I had to, because we all questioned this night 1 of the draft. We were like, what are the Bills doing? Like, why did they do this? And I had to ask, and the answer that I was given was, you know, for us to trade up and then trade the additional swap picks with the Bills, they basically were able to move up in the draft. So even though they were still in round 3 and round 4 and 5, like they still had those picks, their picks were higher versus lower, so they could really go and get the person they wanted. So Veach is a mastermind, just gonna say that. Oh, and my grade is a B. I think we did a B+. I was very happy with how we did in the draft. The only thing I wanted was a running back. We didn't get one. I know we signed a few UDFs. Yeah. I'm a very big my guy from Mizzou. God bless. Cody Schrader. I'm a huge Cody Schrader fan, so I was hoping we were going to go and get him in the 7th. We didn't. That's okay. I'm still satisfied with this draft. I think the first 3 picks were all like A's for sure. Yeah. And I was very happy with the 4th round as well. But as we got to like 6 or 7, I was like, all right. Like, okay. Yeah. So that was my grade. What did you grade, Lexi?
No, I agree. I think B+, A- range.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, I was really happy with it. It was more like the final 2 picks. I was like, all right.
Yeah. Whatever.
I didn't expect 3 offensive linemen. I will say that. Like, I expected maybe 1, maybe 2. A 3rd, I was like, okay,
interesting.
It's a bit of a stretch. But
yeah.
Because, like you said, we needed a running back. We needed
what about
D-line.
I was going to say, who's replacing Snead?
So we did go out and get a safety. We got Jared Hicks from Washington State, who is apparently really good. And I don't think he's necessarily coming in as a replacement. I think he's coming in more so as depth.
With depth, okay.
I think he's more so as depth for the guys that we already have that are playing so very well in the secondary.
Okay.
And I think to replace Snead, you're going to kind of put McDuffie in his spot.
Correct.
And
McDuffie, Trent moves to 1. He moves to
Trent's going to be our biggest.
Definitely prove himself.
Yeah. And then we're going to have like a Jalen Watson or Joshua Williams kind of step into that next role.
Play the Trent role, which was the inside. Yeah.
And then I think you're just going to see who else can work their way into that throughout like training camp, preseason.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, a lot of those guys who have been sitting and watching or sitting and getting healthy, they've been on this team for the last year or two. So they already kind of understand the playbook. They understand the expectation from Spags. So going to get his safety, it made sense to add the depth there, especially because we don't know what's going to happen with, what's the boy's name? Justin Reed next season. So well, we don't know what's happening with him for next season. So I mean, it makes sense that they went and they're starting to build that bench now, so most players can come in and start learning the playbook, working with these veterans who are on the team now, and we'll just see how that plays out next. But Xavier Worthy, so we were just recently talking about how adding him to this roster on the offense is going to open up so many things for not only Patrick but Travis, and I mean Hollywood Brown. We haven't even seen the great things that he's going to be able to do for this team yet, and we know that's what he's going to bring. It really feels like, so Kristen, you weren't here, but there was a moment of time where we had a Legion of Zoom, and we had nothing but fast dudes on this team. That was a Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman. The list goes on. The list goes on, and it feels like we're finally kind of back to the Legion of Zoom. Most of the guys on this team run like less. They either run like a 4.2, a 4.3, or maybe a 4.4. Like, these receivers are fast as hell, right? So I can't wait to see what this offense is going to look like. So what are your just like quick thoughts? And you were kind of talking about it, so let's kind of get back there about the offense and what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm interested. You know, I'm a big fan of the Andy Reid unexpected trick plays. I know it's like, yeah, I know anxiety about that type of stuff, especially when we're in the, like, you know, in the red zone. But I'm like, it's so fun to see, like, how did he come up with this?
Like, when it works, he doesn't sleep. Oh my God, that was amazing. When it doesn't work, you're like, damn it. Like, yeah.
So, but you know, he's always going to try it again later in a different variation.
Yeah. And I'm like, I know they're in practice and they're coming up with just all kinds of crazy stuff. And I'm very excited for the season because I'm like, we have these new talents, these young people who are motivated. Patrick Mahomes, who has so many years ahead of him, you know, like, I don't even know if he's hit his prime. Like, he's young. He's still,
I literally feel like he's like entering it like right now.
Like, right now, like now, I think this is like, okay,
we're coming up on the prime right
now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. You're 8.
I'm so excited. You know, you can look at a team and you're like, there's no way they could win 3 in a row. But I'm like, it can happen. Like,
this is them.
This is
me and Lexi talk all the time about how last season we were like, all right, this ain't our year. Like, we're going to make it far, but I don't think we're going to, with the amount of drops we had, with just the offensive line penalties that would not stop happening. We kept shooting ourselves in the foot, and we were like, I don't know. Like, I think we'll make it far.
Why does that? We don't do that.
Like, that was not the team that should have won a Super Bowl. And the NFL let that team win a Super Bowl. And it feels like this year, and me and Lexi say this too, I think I'm more confident in this season than I was in last season. And yeah.
But at least we know that the guys can rally, you know, like they don't get too far in their heads for the losses or, you know, various Tony situations. Like, those were heartbreakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm glad the guys could rally back and get back on track.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I don't know enough about all of the draft players, but I do feel like I could give them a grade of like a B+2.
Yeah.
He did well. I know Andy Reid's really smart. Veach is really smart. And so I'm looking forward to the season. And I do think that Travis will at least get 2 more rings for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
So I think
it may be more, but at minimum,
that means before Pete.
Yeah, because once we get this Super Bowl, it's like, now what? Now what? Who wants to stay for another 1 year, $4 million deal, and we go get this 4th ring?
And listen, if we 3-peat, who the hell is stopping us for a 4-peat?
Yeah,
like, if we keep the same players.
This is where we become unbearable.
Okay, so if we do win a 3-peat, it's funny because before we won, my fiance said, I feel like the Chiefs, people are starting to not like the Chiefs because we're winning a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't
Very
think
accurate.
so. I was like, they're such a likable team. I mean, who could hate Patrick Mahomes? But then I like experienced the hate. So I was like, oh, you're right. Like, do you think that
You're
the
like,
Chiefs
never mind.
the Patriots? That's my question. You guys, because I hated the Patriots.
We
Literally
all
couldn't
did.
stand them. So do
Yes.
you think that the Chiefs will become that, or you think they're still a likable team?
No, I think that people hate us now. And you could, I mean, even going into, and I know I'm glitching because it's starting to storm by me right now.
No, I just had a huge thunder, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, I'm glitching, and I see like the trees in the wind. But this last Super Bowl, we'll go before that. The AFC Championship game, everybody wanted the Chiefs to lose. They all wanted the Ravens to win. It was like 20% of the United States wanted the Chiefs to win. Yeah. The other 80 was the Ravens.
Which was like us and Swifties.
Exactly.
Right.
And some Eagles fans, right? Because they love Jason and Taylor. Anyway, and then the Super Bowl, everybody wanted the Niners to win. I went to Vegas, and no lie, it was like 3-1, like 3 Niners fans to 1 Chiefs fan when I was in Vegas. So, no, people don't like us. I love it. I think it's fantastic. But yeah, people don't like us at all.
I listened to the Pat McAfee show a lot, just like during the day and stuff. And he has a guy on his show, like one of his guys that's like there, and a host with him, who was a Patriots fan. And he loves to say, he's like, he actually loves what we're doing. He roots us on. And he's like a diehard Patriots fan. Like he's known, because he's like 20 something. So all he's known is winning his entire life, right? It's like 20 years of winning. So I know I hear the thunder.
Did you hear that? Oh my God. That was so loud.
That was so loud. But he's like, I love seeing like another fan base going through what we went through, like hearing that the refs give you all the calls and that everything is rigged in your favor and that you're only winning because this, and this. And he's like, I love it. I support it. I support Patrick Mahomes. He's like, he is the best in the league. So it's nice. Like I have heard some Patriots fans like be that way where they're like, we love seeing like another team going through this and like dealing with like the dynasty stuff. And all of us know, like we watched the Patriots go through that and I hate it.
God bless.
Like, I'm sick of it. But now I'm like, I respect it. I
will never forgive D Ford.
Now you might not
ask your husband about D Ford.
There's many reasons why I don't like the Patriots.
I can understand that.
Ask your husband about D Ford and why we hate him.
Okay.
Ask your husband. That was against the Patriots.
D Ford, yeah.
But yeah, no, I cannot wait to see what Xavier Worthy is going to do on this team.
Yeah.
So that was
it's going to be great.
I want to get to round. I want to get to our next round. So we had round 2, pick 65. We had Kingsley
Sumatia.
I
can't wait to hear Kristen pronounce this on live on air.
I'm going to say everybody's name.
Okay.
I can't.
Do you know how to say it?
No.
Oh no! I mean, I know when she has to go live this week on.
They'll put a pronouncer in there for us.
It's
Suma. Go ahead.
I see it. Suma, or is it Suma?
I think it's Suma.
Sumataya, I think.
Sumataya?
So I don't know. I've decided, I was listening to 610 radio and they said that they were just going to call him King. So I'm all on board for that.
King.
He comes from BYU, which who didn't think we were going to get the BYU guy, right? I think everybody kind of knew we were going to get the BYU guy because of Coach Reed. But yeah.
And he went to BYU
Yes, he did. He loves his BYU guys. Yes.
Okay, I love that.
An offensive tackle. So we needed an offensive tackle. So me and Lexi,
there was issues, yeah.
Yeah, we needed an offensive tackle, especially because we don't know what's happening we don't know what's happening this season with our left tackle, right?
Yeah.
and this is a good insurance. So
Okay.
what are your thoughts? I know, Lexi, you want to talk about King because that's what I'm calling him. What are your thoughts about him? I'm excited about him.
Me? Okay, so I'm excited about him too. He is cousins with Penei Sewell, who is a fantastic, one of the arguably best tackles in the league right now in the Lions.
Yes.
And then also cousins with Puka Nacua, who is the Rams star receiver from last season.
He's like, it's in the bloodline.
It's like a bloodline of people in this league. So I'm really excited about the potential there. I know he's so excited to be here with us. And
I mean, if he's Puka's cousin, and I seen what he did from the 7th round last year for the Rams, then I'm excited.
Yeah. And being like, people thought we were going to take him in the 1st round. He lasted all the way to us in the 2nd round, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I'm really excited about him. I think he's a football guy. I think he might be like a little bit of a project at first, which is where I wouldn't fully mind bringing back in Donovan Smith to like mentor him and Wanye and like them have like a 3-game battle. And then if one of them want to take over mid-season, they figure it out. Then like
depending on what he looks like, is Wanye gonna have a job?
That's the thing.
Because if he is as athletic as they're saying that he is, and so I agree. I would love to bring Donovan Smith back for one more year. I think he has one more year in him, and then he could retire after this year, right? Go get that 3-peat, 2-peat, whatever. It'll be his 3rd ring, I guess. And then
a mentor situation, just like with the Jared Wiley. I think Travis Kelce mentoring him. I mean, people got to retire at some point.
Exactly. And why not get that 3rd ring?
Right.
Why not?
So no, I agree. If he comes in here and he's everything that we think we're gonna be, I cannot wait to see what comes from him. So we didn't have a 3rd round pick. It goes straight to the 4th round at this point. We get Jared Wiley from TCU. So I have a good friend. He comes in as a tight end. I have a good friend who she's done media coverage for them for the last 4 years because she went to TCU. And she spoke so highly of him. And she was like, y'all are getting a dog. He gonna come in and he's gonna be amazing, right? Right now you're seeing the comparison of him and Travis Kelce. So he's a little bigger than Travis. He's 6'6". Travis is 6'5". Wow. They're both right at 250 pounds. Travis's 40-yard dash 30 years ago was a 4.62. His was a 4.61. He has a longer vertical. Travis's is a 35. His is a 37. So people are saying that this is Travis Kelce's replacement. Do I think that I don't think anybody can replace Travis Kelce.
No, I agree.
So that's not really great to say, right? But
I think that mentor? I don't think he's replacing him.
Absolutely. Do I think he can come in here and learn a whole lot from Travis Kelce? Yeah.
Yeah. Especially in 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like saying, oh, this guy is just going to be the successor to Patrick Mahomes. Like, no.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, nobody could beat Patrick Mahomes. Yeah.
Like, we really found the most insane duo in Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. Like, it's almost like surreal.
And low-key.
They both could be on the Mount Rushmore.
And Chris Jones.
Travis Kelce, right. Chris Jones, too. I would say Travis Kelce right now could be on the Mount Rushmore for her tight ends. Patrick will be by the end of his career. And to have them both on the same team at the same time.
I don't know. Patrick might be on there now. He has 3 rings. Name a quarterback that's currently playing that has 3.
It's not a lot of quarterbacks, even with 3 rings.
With 1. So, I mean, and if he goes out and gets this 4th ring this year, God bless the NFL. But no, I'm excited for Jared. I can't wait to see.
Weren't they in the championship game? Was it?
They were.
Or year before last? So.
And TCU has a great football team. Like, they opened up their season against Colorado, and I don't know if y'all remember that, but they went battle for battle. That was a high-scoring game when Colorado went to TCU last year, and that was Coach Prime's first year coaching Colorado. And I just remember the tickets for that game were like $500 because I was like, I want to go. And then we looked at the prices, and I was like, never mind. But yeah, that game, it was a blowout. Those two teams battled the whole game. So if we're getting somebody of that caliber that can go out there and play against the NFL player, well, coach, player, whatever.
Yeah.
Then sign me up for that. So we had 2 picks in the 4th round.
Oh wait, he was also a quarterback in high school.
Oh, we're gonna use that.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna use that in a trick play. You heard it here first.
I'm saying. Be on the lookout.
I mean, Travis Kelce's thrown touchdowns before, so sign me up.
Someone was like, they're just gonna be like throwing it back and forth across the leg. It's gonna be.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
We'll see.
Can you imagine? So we ended up having 2 picks in the 4th round back to back. So Jarrett was 131. Then we went and got Jaden Hicks from Washington State. He's the safety that we were just talking about earlier. And there's been nothing but great highlight film for him too. So I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't know a lot of these dudes after the 4th round. I can only talk really about like rounds 1 through maybe 2 and 2.5. But some of the film that I've seen on Jaden since we drafted him Saturday, I'm like, okay. Well, Friday, I apologize. Since we drafted him on Friday, I was like, all right. Like, this dude looks like he's a stud. So I know, Lexi, you've had time to watch tape. Kristen, I don't know if you have. You were bachelorette partying this weekend, so I know you didn't watch it.
I was literally still recovering.
No, I don't blame you at all.
So Lexi, did you see anything that you like specifically on Jaden?
Yeah, I think he is a steal for us in round 4. I feel like he should have gone earlier, and I think he himself was expecting to go earlier. And if you watch like his highlights and stuff, like that kid is good. He just has awareness. He's smart. He has high IQ. He seems like a good dude. Like, I just think he's going to be a really good playmaker for us. And I think he's one of those guys. I think the earlier guys will for sure. I think he's my 4th round guy that could come in and make an immediate impact this season.
And if it's anything like the way last season went, right, we've seen a lot of the secondary kind of not get injured, but a lot of those guys had to go out and some people had to come in and step in big time. Yeah. And I think that this is something that they keep in mind as the season goes, as the off season goes. And Spags knows his guys. He knows who he wants. And I heard the conversation of Spags when they called him with him, and he's like, "You ready to go?" In my best northern eastern accent that Spags had. So I'm like, okay, like I'm really excited about that. So can't wait to see what he comes and does in this secondary. Justin Reed's going to be a huge mentor for him as well.
I know there were some teams that were pissed that we got him in the 4th round. So that tells me that's a high upside pick right there.
Yeah.
Well, not my fault that they didn't execute in their war room.
I'm like, y'all had your chances. Y'all had your chances. And
it's literally pick 130, like pick 133, and y'all are mad at us.
Yeah.
Right.
You had your chance.
Super high picks after winning the Super Bowl. They had opportunity to get it.
My friend Peter, who's a Seahawks fan, he was one of them. He was like,
"Oh, Peter was upset. Sorry, Peter. You guys had a good draft too, though. So I'm not giving you too many sorries. So now we go to round 5, which was pick 159 with Hunter Norzad. I think that's how you say his last name, Norzad. He comes in as a center from Penn State. Now, I just want to say, this pick did make me excited. Now, when I learned about the pick, I was like, who is that? And then I did a little research and I was like, oh, okay. So going and getting the center now. So we kind of already remember all the buzz last year. Why is Creed Humphrey snapping the ball so low? I think we heard that 1,000 times last season because he had nothing but low snaps and it was frustrating the heck out of everybody. I've heard rumors of, hey, maybe we brought Hunter in and we're going to move him to center and move Creed to guard. Who knows what's going to happen there? Blah, 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 blah. All kind of rumors already circulating and we're not even a week out of the draft. But what are you guys' thoughts about bringing in a center in this draft? Because Creed is due for money next year. Remember that.
That
Creed is due for money next year too.
Do we don't think this guy is going to start? Do we? Over
No.
Creed?
No.
I don't think he'll start
Unless he
now.
like, out insanely good. Like, there's no way he starts over Creed.
Yeah.
You know,
go ahead. Finish your thought. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say though, do we think Creed played with the injury last season though? We still haven't had that answer. And if he did play with the injury, is this another reason why maybe they're going out and getting a center? Because is it one of those, if Creed got hurt week 4, 5, or 6, do you sit him a game and let him recover for the back half of the year, and then you have somebody that can come in and be that replacement? And we didn't have that last season.
That's exactly what I was just about to say. Like, at least we would have the help if he got hurt. Because I've noticed the Chiefs have been very smart with when players get hurt, they really like ice them until we get a little bit further into the season. So they can be ready to go, for the playoffs and things like that. So
absolutely. They're like, you're going to sit down for 2 weeks. And then they'll be like, I'm ready to go. And then they're like, no. You're going to sit another week.
The good thing, the team is so stacked, they can almost win without certain people because they're so stacked.
Yeah. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
We actually talked about that this draft too. Because a lot of teams right now, and we can name them, right? Like the Chargers, the Bears, the Bengals, they all went out and they had to get players in this draft who have to play week 1, right? And the only position where I think we have people who have to play week 1 is pick 1, Xavier Worthy. I even think our pick 2, I think our tackle, if we don't sign Donovan, I think he could come in as a rotational piece. We don't have a single guy who has to play right now. Maybe in a corner, but not really, right? We have that depth there. So that's a luxury for the Chiefs.
I would say one that would hopefully play right away would be Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only one, the number 1 pick. Everybody else, luxury. So they're really
now
Veach is thinking for the future, not right now.
I want to say, if we don't re-sign Donovan Smith, then we do need.
I just said that. You're not listening to me?
I'm sorry. I thought you said the other. I misunderstood. Sorry.
You're ignoring me. That's fine. I know you're hungry.
I'm not ignoring you.
I'm like, I know that is your dinner time. It's fine. I get that. Because it's my dinner time too. But no, I agree. I think either round 1 or round 2, I think Xavier or Kingsley are the only 2 people. Well, Xavier for sure, but Kingsley, especially with the Rashee Rice situation.
Yeah.
But Kingsley is the only person who I'm like, you know what? We may see him a little bit. Let's get to round 6, pick 211, Kamal Hayden. No clue who this guy is, but he's from Tennessee. And I heard that he's great. So if my personal analyst says he's great, I'm happy about it. So,
we need a corner.
Anything about him?
I don't know anything, Lexi, maybe you do, but I do know that we need a cornerback after the trade with Snead. So it's kind of like
add the depth.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great depth. His video might be my favorite of draft night.
Send it to me. I haven't seen it.
Oh, it was the most pure reaction of he was crying. He's like, Coach, I'm going to give you everything I have. You won't regret taking me. It was the best video I've seen. It was hands down my favorite. So he just seems thrilled, over the moon to be where he was taken. I think he would have been taken higher, but he had an injury last season. So I think that kind of tanked his
stock. What was his injury? Do you know?
Something in his leg, maybe hamstring, something like that.
Hamstring as a corner is tough.
And so I think that tanked his stock a little bit, but he's a ball hawk. His highlights, he is always picking off quarterbacks. And I'm like, if we can add one of those, because we kind of had that last year in Mike Edwards, but now obviously
he's gone.
He's a freaking Buffalo Bill. Which
That's
is
just what I was about to say. That was our ball hawk. But he can go. He gets to go to the Bills and be the number 1 corner. He doesn't have to play behind Trent and with who is not even on this team anymore.
I think it's Kamal Hayden. I think if he can be a starter on our defense and pick up everything pretty quick, I think he'll be really good. And I'm excited about this pick.
And even if he can't, even if he has to learn the first 8 weeks, fine with that too.
I just think Brett Veach, if he's done anything well this whole time here, aside from Patrick Mahomes, it's cornerbacks.
Oh yeah. Well, and then you just have a really good freaking defensive coordinator in Spags.
Yeah.
Magnolia.
Plus freaking Dave Merritt on the secondary.
Yeah. And yeah, let's get into the 7th pick, but I want to also say something about our coaching staff too.
Yeah.
7th round pick. I wasn't even watching the draft anymore at this point. Pick 248. I wasn't, y'all. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was watching basketball because playoffs are on. Pick 248 from Holy Cross, which Lexi has a fun fact stat about that. CJ Hansen. He comes in as a guard, which I don't hate that. I think adding guard depth is good considering we lost
Nick Allegretti,
right? Yep. We lost him. We need another guard. And God bless. Help me. Help me, Lexi.
What are you trying to say?
The guard got hurt last year, and then Allegretti had to come in.
Oh, Tooney
got hurt last season. Allegretti got hurt last season. We need depth right now at the guard role. So I'm not upset about us going out and getting a guard, even though I really wanted us to go get Cody here. It's fine.
So all of us were kind of thinking like maybe a running back, maybe a
because we need a running back. We lost Jerick McKinnon. Needed a running back. Yeah. So, did you see anything on? Tell the world the fun fact about CJ Hansen, Lexi.
Oh, yeah. So he is the first. So he went to Holy Cross. He's the first Holy Cross draft pick since McGovern in 1989. So no one's been taken from that school in the NFL draft since 1989.
That's when I was born.
I'm like, okay, Andy Reid. Like, where did you find this guy?
Of course, Andy Reid would find him.
I'm not. If I've learned to have nothing, I've learned to have trust with all of them because I was like, Holy Cross, and I can't lie. Like I was probably maybe 2 or 3.
Holy Cross! Sound like you were gonna say Holy.
I had a few margaritas. That's what I said when I heard it, and it cracked me up. So anyway, that would be our draft. I will say we traded up twice in this draft, didn't lose a single draft pick, which usually when people have to trade up, they usually lose a pick. We didn't. So I don't know what Veach was working on those phones, but he is a mastermind. Didn't lose any picks, only traded back, still went out and got some really great guys. We spoke about Travis Kelce's extension, but man, a whole bunch of people got extended, right? Yes, we got some players that we're bringing back, but we're bringing back pretty much the whole entire coaching staff too. We're bringing back the GM. We're bringing back everybody for at least like another 3 years. So whatever the Chiefs are doing right now, it feels like they found the winning formula and they're like, we got to keep it and we got to pay these guys from the corporate office all the way down to Harrison Butker. Right. So I am just like, wow, we're ready. Like, not only are we ready right now, but we're ready for the next few seasons. So
yeah.
What's next? Lexi, I don't know anything about the UDFAs, but I know that we went and probably got like a running back in something. I don't know them. I know nothing about them.
There's probably like 20 UDFAs we got. I'm not going to name them. I'm going to name the few that I think could be impact.
I'm like, please don't.
No.
Okay.
The few that I think could be impact players will be cornerback Miles Battle out of Utah. He's a name to watch out for. He's 6'4", super elusive, like kind of surprised he didn't get drafted. So there's Miles Battle, and I love his name, Miles Battle. Like, what a cool name. Sorry, I think it's cool. Let's see. We have
like she's reading.
Defensive tackle Fabian Lovett out of Florida State. I think he's one to look out for. Let's see. Linebacker Curtis Jacobs out of Penn State.
Anybody out of Penn State should be good.
Yeah. Offensive lineman Jalen Cunningham out of Arkansas.
No clue who he is at all.
Quarterback Spencer Sanders out of Ole Miss. So,
Sure.
The running backs you should look out for: Carson Steele from UCLA, who looks like a mini Thor. He looks like Jason.
I actually know him.
Yeah.
So, I actually know him.
And then running back Imani Bailey out of TCU. He's really good. Wiley. They're, I think, really something to look out for. So I think look out for Carson and Imani and the running back.
Someone says UDFA punter from BYU is supposed to be really good.
Oh, yeah. D-Mac was really excited about him. He's not even on the team. But I don't know his name, but he's supposed to be good.
Yeah, because I guess we need a punter.
Who was the other one?
Tommy's gone. Oh, no, we signed the old boy from the Bills.
That one guy.
The guy from the Bills.
Punt God.
Sure. I'm like, sure. Lexi, don't name everybody. Name one more.
I'm not. I haven't even listened to half of them. Oh, Reggie Brown from James Madison University. He was the wide receiver I was excited about. So those are like a few UDFA names to keep your eye on. There's also there's 20 of them coming in. I named 6. So
yes. So let's kind of get into. I'm excited for the UDFAs. I'm glad that they get their chance to get a spot to get on this roster.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess we talk about mini camp because that's really rookie camp.
Next thing.
Rookie camp is what's next. This week.
It starts this weekend, right?
Yeah. Like they report on Friday, which is crazy.
It's truly insane. Because what?
And I'm excited. Thank you. And then they practice until Monday or learn. And really, it feels like it's going to be okay, let's get your helmets fitted. Let's get your gloves fitted. Let's figure out your cleats. Here's a playbook. Don't lose it. Don't leave it in a car on the highway.
Things, yeah.
Don't leave it in a car on the highway. None of those things.
Did you guys hear that there are going to be special helmets for specific players starting this year? Specific individual players? Well, because they take the brunt, I assume a running back or quarterback will have a specialized helmet.
Oh.
So I did see that they were talking about what are they called? The angel helmets. I can't think of the actual name.
Guardian.
The Guardian helmet. See, I was close. The Guardian helmets, they're making that an option for players if they want to wear that this season now. So if they don't want to wear the other one. So I'm sure you've seen them out at practice or training camp or whatever, and they've had on what looks like the really fluffy helmets. That's what they've worn. They're saying that that's going to be something that's an option, but in my mind, I'm like, well, how do you really create that to where they can wear that on the field? Because it is big and bulky and I personally think it would weigh you down, but maybe not because they practice in it, but I don't know. But they are trying to up player safety, which that I love. And they're giving them an option to be able to wear it this season. So
did somebody say all I know is Patrick Mahomes' helmet better not break?
Yeah, that was rough last season.
And that was crazy.
Well,
and negative 30, so I hope that won't happen.
It was insanely cold. Yeah,
I was there.
Did you go to that game?
I no way. I can't do anything under 45. I can't.
You're not a real Chiefs fan, Tay. We take you to a 10-digit game. We'll do that.
I can't do it.
Jodi and I went, and
I will get hypothermia.
I've never been so cold.
We survived.
Nearly.
I think I went to Shields every day.
Oh yeah, she's
I think I spent $500 this year.
Whatever.
Trying to get clothes, and I was still cold, so it didn't matter the amount of clothes that I had on my body.
The weirdest part of that game was my eyelashes.
Did they freeze?
They not only froze, but they just it was there was so much moisture in the air. It felt like my eyes were crying or something. It was so weird, and so my eyes were just wet.
We all had ski goggles too.
Yeah, we had ski goggles. I had like defroster.
Yeah.
Like, defroster is hilarious.
For the goggles.
That is funny that you had that. Well,
good times.
Kristen, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you guys for having me. I've enjoyed it. This is fun.
We broke you in. Now you're ready for all podcasts.
Yes.
You're ready to come in, talk Chiefs. Like, you got this. You killed it today.
You should come join us later this season, like mid-season or something.
Oh man, yeah. I would love to come in during the season. That'd be fun. Yeah.
Oh, it is chaos.
Those are the best times.
Yeah, but me and Lexi, the conversation's gonna change. We're gonna be like, so what's the tea? What you know? What you been hearing? What have they been reporting?
right. No, this is great. This is a great little combination. I love this.
Right? Oh yeah, I think we were both trying to pull it up at the same time.
You do it then.
Oh, okay. Aww.
Oh, that's she.
So before you get out of here, tell the people where to find you every day and where they can find you.
We have almost 700 people in here, by the way.
Whoa.
Yeah, we do. Crazy. Tell the people where they can find you every day. If you want them to know your socials, where they can find you, and just all of that good stuff before you get out of here.
Yeah, guys, I am on Fox 4 morning show every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. and noon. Make sure you watch it at 9 a.m., especially during football season. We do a lot of Red Friday shows. So much fun. You can also find me on Twitter at K Holloway TV.
I could not find your handle earlier.
Because it's K Holloway TV. That's Twitter. On Instagram, it's just Kristen Holloway _.
I tagged her on our Twitter too, so y'all can find her on our Twitter.
God bless. I could not find her earlier on Twitter when I was trying to post her.
I tagged her on there.
If you look at Kristen Holloway _ Instagram, K Holloway TV on Twitter. Also on Facebook is Kristen Holloway as well. I have a fan page. And I'd love to chat with you guys during football season. I can't wait. I'm ready for it to start. Honestly, it feels weird without football season.
I know.
It does. I will say, though, the great thing about Kansas City football is we play 21 weeks of football to where most of the NFL only plays 18. So we do get it till at least February. Can you imagine your football team being done playing football the first week of January?
Yeah,
like, what am I supposed to do?
Because we used to be.
It was December then, Lexi, before they extended the season.
Terrible.
I can't imagine.
But I will say, I was saying something to someone today. We were talking about it. It was like the worst months of the year are like February, March, April. Like there's just like nothing.
It's a lull. It's kind of a lull. Yeah.
It's a lull. Like,
but I am a big baseball girl. I grew up going to Atlanta Braves games. My mom always took us.
And they're really good.
So I'm a diehard Braves fan. They've always been really good in the playoffs. So I do watch a lot of baseball.
We're Royals fans.
Yeah, I know.
You know how that's going.
They're doing good from what I don't know their back history, but I've heard this season started.
Look at their game.
This season, I was about to say, did they win or lose today? Because the last 2 days have been ridiculous. They should have won.
Bottom of the ninth, we're up 4-1. Let's go.
So we should have won the last 2 games. This should be win number 20, but it's fine. They are having a good season though. They have 17 wins so far. There are a lot of teams. They have more range than I guess they're not Super Bowl champions. What would they be called in baseball?
It's World
Series champions, Texas Rangers. They have more wins than them. Right now, I was like, "What do you call it for baseball?"
Oh my god, we can't even get out of it.
With baseball, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So really, it's what you do in October more so than what you do in the summer.
But in October, I'm worried about the Chiefs.
The
Royals.
I'm not watching Royals.
It's so funny because the last couple years, Royals fans have always been like, "All right, just keep us entertained till May, guys. Just keep us entertained till May." And they're actually doing that this season. So I'm very happy that I will want to watch Royals baseball in May. So
keep me entertained through June and then I'll be good.
Oh yeah, and WNBA starts this week. I can't wait. So yes, their first preseason game. The first preseason game of the WNBA is this Friday, and it's the Dallas Wings versus the Indiana Fever. It's where
Ooh.
Caitlin Clark went. So
Right.
that game is at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be really good. So for all of you WNBA new lovers, that's going to be a really good game to watch on Friday.
Wings fans / used to cover them. So I
Yeah.
don't know if you're covering them this season, but
Yeah, I'm covering them this season.
okay.
Too.
So
Yes,
/ covers them.
It's going to be crazy, but I can't wait. So anyway, thank you, Kristen. We appreciate you for coming and hanging out with us. You will be back very soon, and then just let us know when you want us.
Yes, I'll message you so we can kind of coordinate when you guys can come on the 9 a.m. show. I want to get you guys on in May if possible, so that'd be fun.
That'd be awesome. Let us know.
We'll be here.
Yeah. I'll be on at 9 a.m. and noon tomorrow. So
yeah, I'll go listen and go watch. Her outfits are always really cute, and I love that we go to the same place to get our hair done so much.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize she was on my hair. I'm like, Jodi.
Yeah, I was in there looking crazy, like just.
She called me. She's like, "That's who I saw." I was like, "No way."
But I also saw you when we were getting pedicures. Like, what is our life?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Society.
Apparently, we move in the same circles.
Right, clearly. I love that for us. Lexi lives too far on the Kansas side. We got to get her to the Missouri side so she can come.
The Kansas side is nice though. It's nice.
It is. It's nice. It is.
All right.
Nice.
Well, bye to all the viewers. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes.
We appreciate
your husband. We said hello. And all that good stuff too. So
y'all go follow Kristen. She's awesome. And watch her on Fox 4 News, Kansas City Fox 4.
Yeah. Bye. Charge your devices. It's raining.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Bye.
I just love her. She's amazing.
I know
she's amazing. She just
all the time. Whatever you want.
Yeah, I know. I love that so much. But yeah, we got rookie camp this week. I think it's gonna be great. I can't wait to see just like anything. I'm desperate for anything at this point. So
Give me content.
Please, anything, like all of the content. What's the weather supposed to be?
I'm so excited to see. Like I said in a tweet, I think the other day, I said I think this draft class is giving me 2022
vibes.
Yeah.
It's supposed to rain all weekend.
What?
It's supposed to rain all weekend.
Get it acclimated then. Great.
Yeah. Welcome to Kansas City where we get we love Kristen. She's amazing. Yeah, and then do we have anything else to talk about? No. Next Tuesday we're doing a show.
Yeah. Just talk more off-season stuff, and we have some more special guests coming up. So
we have a special guest next week.
Is it next week?
Yeah. I'm not gonna check the notes real quick.
Either way, coming up soon.
Huh?
I said we have one coming up soon, then we're working on getting some more. So
distract the people while I look. Hold on. I'm like distract the
people. What was I gonna say earlier?
Start singing and dancing. Do something.
Oh, no.
Yep, May 7th.
No,
we have a special guest.
I think we have it next week.
It's next week, yeah.
Okay. So
what were you about to say? Sorry.
No, I just think I'm just really excited about our draft class this year. I think Beach killed it once again. I cannot wait to see how they panned out. And I can't wait to see this upcoming season. Like everyone says, like this football season is too far away. So yeah.
It is very far away. Am I having a Ken Seltzer bash for my birthday? No, but I feel like I should call our sponsor and ask him what he's doing for my birthday next week.
Right.
Because I deserve nice things. How's the weather today? It is storming. It's disgusting. It's been thundering and lightning the whole entire show.
It was actually like summer today, and then now
it was nice. Yeah, it was really nice. And now it's like a hot mess outside. I hear thundering and lightning. Anyway, we've been here for a very long time, and I'm hungry.
Same.
But no, we're back next Tuesday. We got another special guest Tuesday. The sponsor. I'm like the sponsor. We should maybe get into the sponsor. Ken Seltzer. Delicious. I am out of cans. Lexi is drinking the strawberry lemonade, which is the newest flavor from Ken Seltzer. First Black-owned seltzer in the United States, made of all fruit, no artificial sugars, about 100-ish calories a can. lower end of 100, not higher end of 100. This one is delicious. You can literally chill it and just drink it straight out of the can, put it over ice. Super good. I do still love the pineapple one as well. That one I like to mix it with, but they're both really perfect for like this time of year because they're just clean, light, refreshing, all of the good stuff. And I believe it's only like 4% alcohol. So
yeah,
it's a good like after work cocktail. If you need
happy hour on the lake, whatever you want to do.
Absolutely. At the Royals game, at the sporting game,
at the KC Current game.
At the current game. You pick a game, you take, even though you can't tailgate at half of the places I just named, but yeah, you take it and go, and it's a good time. Right. We did it anyway.
It's fine.
But yeah, shout out to the sponsor. Yeah, go get you some cans. Boulevard Brewery, my favorite place to go get it. So other than that, we will see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you are not, please make sure you have subscribed to our YouTube channel. We've been posting the link nonstop because we're trying to hit 1,100 subscribers, y'all. And we're so close. We're so close.
That little button.
Subscribe. Just hit the little white button. But if you're not,
helps us out. So
right. Literally follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, X, follow both me and Lexi's handles, which are somewhere right here. Once I lower that, there's our handles. You can follow us on Twitter. And you can listen to us on Apple, Spotify. We have a Facebook page. Really, all of the good, like we're everywhere. Like y'all have no reason to not find us, follow us, follow us, subscribe, and all of those great things. So shout out to y'all. We love when y'all come in. We love when y'all interact with us. We love when y'all listen to us consistently every single week. Like I barely want to hear my voice, and y'all come every week. So shout out to y'all for being loyal. And yeah, I've been subscribed since 1794. I know that's right. But no.
It's way ahead of the times.
Ooh, pineapple with the Bombay. That does sound really good. Yeah, that does sound good. I'm not a rum drinker, but yeah, it does sound good. But anyway.
All right. Love y'all.
Otherwise, bye.
Love y'all.